Hey girl, hey! It's your girl Monica Lynn and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to episode 3 of my OnlyFans horror story series. On this episode, it's the same concept, but it's a different content creator that made this. And in this one, it's 3. I feel like they all in the same thing because the way that the pictures are drawn, they look pretty similar. But I actually did click on it, and the voice, thank God, is different because the first voice that I heard, not too fond of it. He has a really bad list and very annoying. Hopefully this one, he has a really deep voice. Hopefully it's more pleasing to the ears. But here's a quick disclaimer. This video is being recorded for education purposes only, and everyone's entitled to their opinions. Please keep it respectful in the comments. And thank you again for joining me and watching me react to these stories because they're kind of interesting. This is probably gonna be my last thing for today because I'm planning on posting 2 videos a day. So for this series, so freaking make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And again, thank you for joining me on episode 3. Here we go.
The following story is something I never really talk about, something that I hate bringing up constantly, but I feel like I need to get it off my chest. It happened around 2 spring breaks ago, but it continues to traumatize me to this day. I'm an Instagram model and an aspiring supermodel from Glendale, California, a city in the greater LA area. My modeling career was starting to really take off. I was getting some clothing brand deals and was starting to get a higher amount of followers. I eventually expanded my income sources from just Instagram modeling to other things. One of them was OnlyFans.
Wait, so is she an Instagram model or a supermodel? I swear she said she was both. Like, she giving me very Instagram model due to this picture on her. Is that her OnlyFans? Can't tell. I think it's her OnlyFans account. Never mind. I thought that was Twitter or something.
I started an OnlyFans account where my followers and fans can pay to see more exclusive photos of me, and that seemed to be going great. I never got any requests from any creeps, and people were overall accepting of my decision. I eventually started gaining a lot of friends from both the online modeling and OnlyFans community. I even started collaborating with other online models and influencers. I ended up meeting a girl named Megan through other Instagram and OnlyFans connections.
Hold on. So what do y'all do when y'all collab on OnlyFans? I'm actually very intrigued. So you guys do nasty stuff together? How am I supposed to be P-stars, actual adult entertainers, and you're more safer that way because it's like you're like a movie star but not really. And I'm pretty sure P-stars get paid more because most people with OnlyFans, I've noticed, don't charge that much for their monthly subscriptions, and they charge like a couple bucks for extra content. So why not get a stable check for the more views you get on an adult site that protects your privacy and stuff like that, instead of this? I don't know. It's just me, or just be a stripper. I'm gonna be saying this out through the season. How much rather be a stripper or a bartender? I just want to know, did any of these girls try? Did y'all try? Let me know. Or if you're somebody who OnlyFans that's watching this video with me right now, did y'all try? I respect if you tried. Actually, I'm gonna respect you regardless because money needs to be made somehow. But I respect you more if you just tried to do other stuff first. These horror stories make me not want to ever consider. I already never really considering it. I really ain't doing it.
Megan was actually newer to this whole gig than me, but was gaining traction even quicker. Things were going really good for her, and we eventually met in person at an event. She seemed really chill, and soon a friendship was born. We would do various collaborations on OnlyFans and Instagram, and would eventually even just hang out for the fun of it. One night, however, I was scrolling through my emails and got a text message from Megan. Apparently, our really famous online influencing team is interested in both Megan and I. Sure, I'd been scouted before, but never from an organization this large. Apparently, an agent from the modeling group reached out to Megan after seeing a photo of her and I on Instagram. They said they'd like to collaborate with us on Instagram, giving us a large sum of money and free promotion of our OnlyFans in return. It seemed great, but almost too good to be true. I wanted to confirm myself that this was a legitimate agent, not some sort of troll or scam. But when I checked the supposed agent's profile, everything seemed to check out. He had a lot of followers, real posts, and a professional page. His email had a proper domain on it too.
What I learned from the show Catfish with Ned was it's very possible for somebody in the camp to be having control over a page. There's multiple people when it comes to celebrities and stuff like that, or big corporations. The face of it's not usually who's running their social media accounts. There's like a person for everything. So I'm assuming if this is a legitimate profile, because this also could be a fake profile too. It doesn't matter how many followers and stuff they have at the end of the day, because you can buy followers. There's a way you can like make yourself look legit, like. So I wouldn't trust it. I don't even trust the little boutiques that message me on Instagram anymore. I used to be dumb too, but yeah, I pay attention to stuff like that now. So.
This was really happening. Megan and I immediately asked the agent for more details, and he explained to us how it worked. They were based in San Diego, about 2 hours away from us in LA. They wanted to do a quick photo shoot with both of us in it and discuss future opportunities while we were there. They claimed they had booked out a hotel room in the south of San Diego, and they do the shoot at a local beach. It seemed legit, so we set up a time and booked a bus over there. I was excited, but not as much as Megan though. Megan was thrilled.
I never got opportunities like this, but I had like 1 or 2 friends that are like influencers, kind of. Yeah, they're influencers. They're smaller influencers, but they have a bigger following than me. If somebody invites you to do if anytime you get an opportunity given to you, if you have to come out of pocket at all for anything, do not do it. You should not. They're supposed to pay you to be there. You are not supposed to spend a dime. So that's the first red flag right there.
Whole idea. She had only been at this for about a year, and now she was working with the big companies already. It was like a dream come true for her. We eventually arrived at the hotel, and while it wasn't a 5-star resort, it was decent. We were greeted by an unusually casually dressed man at the front door. "Megan and Lisa, right?" he asked us with a grin on his face. "Yes, that's us," replied Megan jubilantly. "All right, follow me. We got a room booked for you guys upstairs." The man guided us to our hotel room and we unpacked. Megan was still ecstatic. "Can you believe this is happening?" she asked. I was happy too, but I kept doubting her decision. The man who escorted us to our room didn't seem very professional, but...
Do not ignore your gut feelings, ladies. Especially my ladies. I don't know if guys get their gut feelings, but your intuition is never wrong. Don't let nobody tell you different. Because my intuition has never been wrong. Let me not lie like that. I've been off about 10% of the time, but usually I'm right. But don't ignore intuition. In that instance, when she started doubting herself, she should have went home. She's like, "Megan, I want to go home." Or whatever her name is. That's just me.
Oh, he could just be having a long day. Eventually, we got a knock on the door. It was the man from before. He said he'd take us to the venue once we were ready, and we were. He picked us up in a rather nice car, but something didn't add up. He claimed it was the company car, but it clearly had a local rental sticker on the license plate. I again shrugged it off and got in the car.
There she go again, ignoring her intuition.
Throughout the car ride, he kept eyeing us from the rearview mirror. He asked us a few basic questions like how was our flight and where we were from. He really wasn't that inviting, especially for a brand ambassador. I started wondering again whether or not this was a bad idea, and whether I should ruin Megan's mood and let her know of my concerns.
Do it! Ruin your friend's mood. Forget that. Forget her feelings. It's your safety first. Your safety comes first. If you feel unsafe, tell your friend. Tell your friend. Me, if I would never put myself in a situation like this. But if I was ever to be in a situation like this, because Lord ever knows. But if I do, when I'm in that car, as soon as that car comes to a stop, you know what I'm doing? I'm dropping my location to my auntie, my best friend, and my sister and my mom. And I say, in case something happens, this is the last place I was at, because that's the first thing that the cop's going to ask. What's the last thing you heard from her? Or what's the last time you seen her? Or what's the last of her whereabouts you know about? Drop that location as soon as that car stops.
But my thought was interrupted by the car coming to a halt. We had arrived. It was a small and...
There you go, drop the location right there. This is instant. You drop your location to your people that you knows about it. For me, is the people I just said. My best friend, my mom, my sister, my auntie.
Beach area, and honestly, it was beautiful. We were going to be doing our shoot on a boat which is parked at the shore, and we would be traveling to a small nearby island with another beach on it. On the boat was about 4 to 6 men, middle-aged, and seemingly they were the camera crew. The boat was actually quite large. It was no yacht, but it did have an upper deck and a lower floor. The whole setup was a bit unusual, especially for a company of this size. I didn't see much...
I'm sorry, but I don't know if this is the way they drew it, but this just looks sus. It's like the blue sky is not blue, it's like a gray blue, and the boat don't look that great. Like, girl, it looked like you on a white boat that, I don't know what color the navy boats are, but it looks like it's sus. Huh? Look at that bench or whatever that is. That doesn't look like legit.
Or a supervisor at all. No director, no makeup artists, just the men. Before we all got on, they searched through our handbags and said they'd hold on to them for the ride. This was really starting to alarm me, but the boat started moving and we were on our way. While Megan went up the deck and enjoyed the breeze, I went to the lower compartment of the boat and used a very small bathroom in it. As I was washing my hands, I couldn't help but think of how odd this whole gig was. I didn't see a single camera in sight, and the men on board seemed to be trying to pass as much time as possible. That's when I saw a shadow from the door. Underneath it was a pair of feet. Someone was watching me. I quickly thought about what to do. Why was this man just standing there? Was he waiting to use the bathroom too? Did he just happen to be waiting by the door while I was there? Next thing I noticed, there was 2 pairs of feet under the door, side by side. I knew that they were ganging up on me at this point. I mustered every last bit of courage in me and barged open the door, knocking both of them over, while they were down and in pain.
There you go, sis. There you go. You did it too late, but hey, I'm assuming she's allowed to tell the story because the story getting told, so.
I quickly thought of what to do next, but that's when it hit me. Megan was still at the top deck. I then heard violent trashing followed by Megan's muffled screams. I quickly ran up the stairs only to be tripped over by one of the men. I grabbed a water bottle from nearby and threw it at his head. That seemed to keep him off me for a bit. But as I got on my feet and tried to run towards the room where Megan's screams were coming from, he tried to headlock me from behind. I violently trashed around and bit down on his hand as hard as I could. He yelled in pain and threw me off to the side. I tripped over the side railing and landed in the water, still hearing Megan's screams all muffled up. I tried to swim back to the boat, but it was useless. I somehow managed to float back ashore and was taken in by a local lifeguard crew. They took me into the emergency room where they tended to my fight wounds, and I explained to them and the police everything that happened.
Dang, not Megan! That girl dead, bro.
The boat, the hotel, the rental car, the sketchy men. They managed to make 1 or 2 arrests in San Diego, but the men who took Megan were never found. The police believed that they had crossed into Tijuana and were somewhere off in Mexico. They even tried getting Mexican law enforcement in it too, but they couldn't find anything either. Not even the hotel and car rental company had any answers.
Oh my God.
I was shattered. I lost my best friend solely due to the fact that I didn't want to speak up on my suspicions. When I asked the modeling agency how they could just let this happen and how they could hire people like this, they promptly replied to me stating that they never hired a man of this name. The account, the followers, the photos, the email, all of them were fake. It turns out the entire...
What did I tell you guys? What did I tell y'all? It don't matter.
thing was some sort of lure for a human...
My thing is, dang, bro. Dang, she really left her friend for dead. Well, she ain't got no choice, but like I said earlier, don't, once your intuition kick in, forget your friend's feelings, man. Like, girl, we gotta get, okay? Going now. Get. And when your friend tells you she's ready to go, is weirdness going on? Don't get mad. So obviously she sees something you don't see. You need to listen to her. You guys gotta go. But this is not her fault though. I'm no way, shape, or form blaming her. But like I said, when you got intuition, do not doubt your intuition. Don't doubt that gut feeling. And never doubt mine because I got a pretty big gut. Don't doubt it. Listen to that little voice that's telling you to leave. Leave. Didn't matter who feelings hurt is hurt. I feel like, because usually when stuff happens for me, I see it coming. Low key. Not all the time. But when I do, I don't ignore it. I do not ignore it. And I advise you not to do the same. I advise you to do the same, not to ignore it.
Trafficking ring, and Megan and I were the victims. To this day, I still don't know where Megan is. This incident has left me traumatized and left my career changed permanently. The story I'm about to tell you is something that I'm still in disbelief of today.
That's the end of episode 3. Thank you again for watching this with me. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your man, tell your girl, tell your mama, tell your daddy to subscribe to my channel.